and I started to fade into your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now. I waited for you in the passenger seat. There's only so far I can ride in your dreams. While you were chasing everything else but me, I'm starting to break out from your gray. See, I finally opened up my eyes, and I saw me coming back to life. That I'd be better without you inside. It's time to be someone I wanna recognize. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. I'm not backing down, 'cause the future is now. Not backing down, 'cause the future is now. The future starts right now. I made a reservation, but you never came, so I'm checking out. The fire you stole away, I know one day we'll come back around. The future is now. The future is now. The future is now.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Better Man Show. And if we are here for the first time, hi, I'm BK. If we are friends, that shouldn't surprise you. But if we are not friends, don't be a stranger. Just hit me up wherever you are. This is a show where I document my journey on becoming the best version of myself for this year as well as the years to come, right? You were just listening to a track called The Future Is Now by Marlo. This is called The Future Is Now by Marlo. And if you are keen to find copyright free music for your podcasts or live streams or productions, right? Check the link below. There is actually a link for a very interesting new site that I found that gets us such things, right? And if you're joining us for the first time, you're wondering what this is all about, what this person here in front of you is talking about. This is day 91 of a 100-day live stream challenge, right? This is day 91 of a 100-day live stream challenge. We are literally in the home stretch. So exactly 91 days ago, I started a 100-day personal live stream challenge. The motivation for that was entirely for self-discipline. I kind of wanted to see whether I could build some muscles for live streaming, right? I've never done it before, at least never for 100 days. And I was hesitant, honestly, initially, but it has been a very fruitful journey. I'm very thankful for friends or even strangers who have given comments and feedback about what they are seeing on the show. So thank you so much. And again, don't be shy. Please leave a comment and let me know where you are watching this from. Because this is a show where I kind of test things in live business as well as technology, especially in the space of live streaming. And in a good sense, I have been able to help some friends who actually have wanted to start their own shows and so on. I've been able to help them to navigate this arena a little bit from the things I've learned from here. So um, I've gotten comments from different platforms that because I'm now currently streaming into. So please feel free to drop me a comment so that we know where you are coming or joining us from. And today, for day 91, I kind of want to talk about life lessons gleaned from a simple paper coffee filter. So if you have never seen a paper coffee filter, this is the humble paper coffee filter. This is it's just paper, right? And if you see the ridges here, before you use it, this is kind of like a, s- h- a primary school show and tell. I don't remember ever having done any show and tells in school before. So you guys have my first show and tell live on Facebook, right? So before you use it, you're supposed to fold it along the ridges here and like this, right? So you just fold it. Let's just show you, right? And I'm not sure why, but they call this a mountain fold. So you just fold it up this way. You call it a mountain fold, right? I'm not going to make coffee, don't worry. I just want to show you some of the things that I've learned from this simple, humble coffee filter. So once you make a fold, then it goes into a coffee. This is called a V60 coffee mug or filter. And then it just goes inside here. And now because it's dry, so it doesn't stay properly, but normally it's a little bit wet. And then coffee beans goes here and water, and that's how I make coffee every day. Tasty, delicious coffee for myself every day, right? So, why what did I learn from this little thing here? I didn't used to cook as much in the apartment because that time it was pre lockdown day, so a lot of time was spent outside of the apartment, right? But and therefore the apartment was spotless, and I didn't see little critters in the kitchen area, and I just left this as it is inside the drawer, and every morning I make coffee with this, right? But what happened recently is because as you start to do a little bit of cooking, and inevitably, I always notice that whenever you start cooking, you start to notice little critters that you don't really want in the house appearing. So one fine day, I was opening the drawer and then I saw one little critter that was around my coffee filter papers, and that felt a bit icky. I don't know whether you know what I mean. So it kind of then spurred me on or put me on a journey of okay, I need to find a container to hold the coffee paper so that uh, I don't get any foreign trespassers, right, on this thing, right? Because this is how I make coffee every morning. And that got me going on a journey of finding a container for this thing, right? Now, first thing I found, I mean, before I actually had the chance to explore it, I kind of felt, okay, I'll just use a simple Ziploc bag, right? And so this is a simple Ziploc bag, but and I will just put the coffee filter papers inside, and then I'll just zip it up, right? Now, me being me, the thing about this is that this becomes a tedious process where every day before I make coffee, I actually have to open this, pull out one of the coffee papers, and then I got to zip it back up again, right? Um, and doing this like once or twice a day, every single day, became kind of a bit of a cumbersome thing, um, at least for me. So this was solution number one that didn't quite really work the way I wanted. So I kind of went on all the shopping platforms, and I'm very sure that I'm not the only one with a problem like this, right? I'm very sure there would have been people who wanted to have a holder for their coffee filter papers, right? And lo and behold, I was right. So when I searched inside, so in here in Malaysia, one of the most popular shopping apps would be Lazada or Shopee. And when I searched for them, and I just searched V60 coffee filter paper holder, I was not surprised. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, but I was also not surprised that there were results and there were stuff. There were things designed to hold these coffee filter papers. So, but the thing about online shopping is sometimes it's really hit and miss. And this was the first one I bought. I bought it because it was wood, and it's actually a very simple design. So, it looks like this from the front. Okay, it looks like this, and it looks like this from the side. And there is this little connection here. I mean, there's this little catch here that you just open up and then you can draw your filter papers out from here, right? So it kind of looks like this, right? So you just pull it out from here. Seems to work nicely, right? Unfortunately, if you look at it here, hopefully it focuses properly. Let's see. I need to block my face. Okay. So you see that there's actually a very huge gap here, which meant that it didn't solve my problem because the huge gap is there, and it just meant that while it looked aesthetically nice, wood base and everything suits the kitchen, it just meant that it didn't solve my problem because in the middle of the night, if I'm not, I mean, the little critters will be able to crawl inside here, right? So this was a failed purchase. Looks nice, but didn't suit my needs, right? So I didn't give up on Lazada. I went on to find this is version 2. This is version 2. And this is a lot better design. So this one is like this, right? So it just flips up like this, and then this is where you put your filter paper, and then it just closes. And I guess there's more closure here, a lot better than just now that version. So this is the another version of this, right? So this one suits better. But I kind of also felt that it was quite tedious to have to do this every day because and the way it was designed is that it has to be on the countertop, and there's not really much space on the countertop. Um, so it didn't really suit as well. Then on a spur of the moment, I kind of said, okay, let's take a trip down to IKEA or IKEA. I'm not sure how you would like to pronounce it. And I came across something that I think was the simplest yet the most brilliant solution for my problem. So it's actually just a little container like this, okay, which I then put my coffee paper inside. And this goes into my coffee drawer. But what is unique about it is that it comes with a silicone cover. It has two covers. One is the clip ones, which would become like this because then every time you open it, you got to unclip 4 clips to open up to get a coffee paper, which would actually make it quite similar to the Ziploc problem, right? But it comes with this. It comes with something like this, and this is actually weighted. It's not light, it's actually quite heavy. And why this is brilliant and so simple is because when you have a container like this and then you just put it on top, right? And lo and behold, it actually seals it up nicely. I'm holding it by the lid and it doesn't drop, which meant that it is actually sealed simply by the weight. So no way any critters is going to be able to crawl in, right? And every morning when I make my coffee, all I need to do is just I don't really even need to lift up. If I want, I can. But what I do is I just lift it up, right? I pull out one piece of the coffee paper and I just make sure that it's covered again, and it's perfect. It's a simple solution to an everyday difficult. I mean, it's not difficult. Some of you might be wondering, this is such a small thing. Why is he fussing over it? But is what I learned is that this is something that I like to do sometimes. I like to solve the little things that are problematic for me. But at the same time, I've also started to realize that a lot of things sometimes the simplest solutions actually works best. The simplest solution actually works best. And even for anything in life or business, right? Um, this 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 adventure of finding a coffee paper holder led me to know that I didn't realize that something so simple, which is just a container with a lid on top, would really suit my needs to the T. Right? It's a perfect solution for what I needed it for. If I had not gone on to explore it, I would not have found it. Right? But it also kind of reminded me that whether it is a live stream or whether you are trying to start something, start simple first. Don't have to overcomplicate it. Find the simplest way you can start, and along the way, just improve it. Just like how what I did just now. I went from one solution to another, and eventually something will come along that would help, would make everything work perfectly for you, right? So whether is it live streams or whatever, start simple first. Start with whatever you have. And I look back at what I've done. Back on day one, what I simply did was to, because I was already using Zoom, I just started with Zoom. I just press go live on Zoom. And then I was doing my first ever 100-day challenge, day one live stream via Zoom. So that was kind of like my Ziploc bag solution, because this was already in the house, which therefore I kind of use this to solve the problem first. But along the way, I've improved what I've been doing on this live stream, and now with what I'm using now, which is Ecamm Live, while it is a lot more powerful and more flexible, but it is also a very simple, brilliant solution that is very much akin to this, right? It just works. It just works for what I want it to do. And that's Ecamm Live. So I started with Zoom. I went on to Restream using the studio. I also went on to um, Melon. It's also a streaming app. And then now I've kind of stuck. I've stayed on Ecamm Live for almost half of the episodes already for all this 100-day live stream challenge. It is a simple, brilliant solution for this application. And just like this thing, it's such a simple, brilliant solution for this application. So thank you for being here for my very first primary school show and tell. Never done it before, right? And I would this is like day 91. We are really in the home stretch, right? So once again, open call, over open invitation for friends who have never done a live stream before. Please do join me and just say yes, right? When I ask you whether you want to join me. But of course, it's entirely up to you. I know sometimes people can be shy. I was shy before I started doing this, right? I'm still shy, right? I'm still shy. There's still that pre-show jitters, which is why the little bit of a jig before the whole thing starts is wonderful, because it gets the blood flowing and so on, right? So I'll see you tomorrow for day 92. And we are literally in the home stretch. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.